Hello dear children, welcome to the maths class of standard 7. Today we are going to revise the chapter fractions and decimals. Fractions and decimals. Okay, so first we will check what is given in this chapter. Okay, which are the concepts we are discussing in this chapter, and that are types of fractions. In the concept fractions we are studying about types of fractions and then operations in fractions. Okay, so these are the two topics comes under fractions. And before moving to the next, I am going to ask you a question. So children, you know what is fraction, isn't it? Yes, what is fraction? Yeah, fraction is a part of a whole. Fraction is a part of a whole. Got it? I know everyone likes chocolates, isn't it? So, children, if I have a chocolate, a dairy milk chocolate, okay, and you know that are divided into equal squares, isn't it? So, if I am cutting that chocolate into, the total number of pieces in that chocolate is 10. Then, if I am taking one square piece from that, then we can represent that as 1 by 10. Okay, so here I am taking a chocolate. Okay, so if I am taking one part from this, okay, one part from this, we cannot say that I took one whole chocolate. It's just a part of this chocolate, isn't it? It's not a whole chocolate, it is a one part of this chocolate. So we can say that it is the part of this chocolate. Okay, and there is a type of number which we can use to represent this type of number, and that is fraction. Okay, so fraction we can write as 1 by 10. So there are total 10 parts were there, and I took one part from that. Okay, which shows 1 by 10. Okay, so this numbers of this form, that is A by B form, the numbers of this form is called fraction. In other words, we can say that fractions are the part of a whole. In another words also we can say that it's a special type of numbers which we can write in the form A by B. Okay, just like A by B. And here one number is above the small line and one number is below the line. Okay, there is a name for these numbers. The number which comes above the line is called numerator. That is numerator. And the number comes below the line is called denominator. So it is denominator. And the denominator will never be equal to 0. That is, B will never be equal to 0. Got it, children? So what are fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole, or fractions are special type of numbers which we can write in the form A by B, where A and B are numbers and B will never be equal to 0. Clear, children? Okay, so this is about fractions. Now here we are going to study the types of fractions. In this chapter we already learned about types of fractions. Okay, so for example, we can see the examples of fractions as 1 by 10, 2 by 3, 5 by 7, 6 by 100, etc. Okay, this way so much numbers we can write as the example of fraction. Got it, children? Okay, now we are moving to types of fractions. There are 3 types of fractions. Which are they? Yes, proper fraction, improper fractions and mixed fractions. Which are they? Proper fractions, improper fractions and mixed fractions. Now children, can you tell me what are proper fractions? Yes, the proper fractions are special type of fractions where the numerator is less than the denominator. Okay, we know numerator means the number which comes above the line, isn't it? So if the numerator is smaller than the denominator, then we can say that that is a proper fraction. Okay, so I am going to write an example for proper fraction, and it is 1 by 2. Here 1 is the numerator and 2 is the denominator, and 1 is smaller than 2, isn't it? So it's a proper fraction. So we can say that if numerator is less than the denominator, then it's a proper fraction. Got it? Now another example we can write 2 by 10 and 7 by 15, 25 by 100, etc. So here in all these fractions, the numerator is smaller than the denominator. That's why it has the name proper fraction. Got it? Now next type of fraction is improper fraction. So the just opposite of proper fraction is improper fraction, and that is if the numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay, if the numerator is greater than the denominator, then we can say that it's an improper fraction. It's an improper fraction. So examples we can write 13 by 5. Here numerator is bigger and the denominator is smaller than numerator. So it's a improper fraction. Now another 5 by 2. It's an improper fraction. Then 7 by 3. It's an improper fraction. Then 100 by 50. It's an improper fraction. Okay, so these all are the examples of improper fractions. Now the next type of fraction is mixed fraction. So children, mixed fraction is the combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. Okay, in this type of fractions, it will have two parts, and that is one is whole number part and the other one is proper fraction part. Okay, so the combination of a whole number and a proper fraction is called mixed fraction. Okay, for example, 1 3 by 5. Here 1 is the whole number part and 3 by 5 is the proper fraction part. And another example 7 3 by 9. Okay, 7 3 by 9. This is an example for mixed fraction because this is the whole number part and this is the proper fraction. And another example we can say 53 by 50, 6 by 15. This is also a mixed fraction. Okay, always remember there are three types of fractions, that are proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. Okay, proper fractions are the fractions which are having numerator less than the denominator. Okay, the numerator will be smaller than the denominator. Okay, numerator is smaller and the denominator will be the bigger one. So this type of fractions are proper fractions. Then second one, improper fractions, that are the numerator is greater than. If the numerator is greater than the denominator, then that are improper fraction. And then mixed fractions. Mixed fractions are the combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. Got it, children? Okay. So this is the first part in the chapter in the topic fractions. Now we are going to discuss about operations in fractions. So children, the next topic, operations in fractions. Here the operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay. So addition of fractions and subtraction of fraction, division of fraction and multiplication of fractions. These all topics we already discussed in this session. Okay. So in addition of fraction, there are some cases, that is sometimes the fractions will have the same denominator, and the addition of proper fractions, then addition of improper fractions, and addition of mixed fractions. Okay, these three type of cases we will discuss now. Children, look at this question. Here is an addition. Two addition questions are given. So here the fractions are 2 by 5 plus 4 by 5. 2 by 5 plus 4 by 5. So children, there are some another fractions and that are called like fractions and unlike fractions. Like fractions means if the fractions are having same digits or same denominators, then we can say that like fractions. Okay. Here these two fractions are like fractions because these two are having the same denominator. Okay. And there are some another fractions and that are unlike fractions. Unlike fractions means the fractions which are not having same denominator. Okay, that means which are having different denominators. So here it is the addition of like fractions. So it's very simple to do. The addition of like fractions you can do like this. That is, you have to write the same denominator in the answer. Okay, and then add the numerators together. That is 2 plus 4. Okay, so add the numerators and write the same denominator. If the given fractions are like fractions. Like fractions means having the same denominator. Okay. Now here you can answer it as 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6 by 5 is the answer for this question. Got it? Okay. Now the next question is also addition of like fractions. Here look, then the fraction is 15 by 30 plus 1 by 30. Okay. So add the numerators together and write the same denominator. Got it? So 15 plus 1 is 16. So 16 by 30 is the answer. Okay. So the same way you can answer if the given fractions are like fractions. Clear children? Okay. Children, look at the next question. It's 3 by 5 plus 2 by 7. You can see that here these two are not same. The denominators are not same. So these are not like fractions. These are unlike fractions. Okay. So here we cannot add the numerators together and we cannot write the denominator as like this. So here we have to make the denominators same. Okay. So first step is you change and you make the denominators same. And after that you add the fractions. Got it? So to make the denominators same, you have to take the LCM of these two numbers. That is the LCM of 5 and 7. Okay. So let's take the LCM of 5 and 7. So that is 5, 1, 5. Bring down the 7. Then 7, 1. 1 times 7. Okay. So what is the LCM? LCM is equal to 5 into 7. 7 5s are 35. So 35 is the LCM. That means you can make these two denominators as 35. And now you tell me which number we can multiply with 5 to make it as 35. Yes, we can multiply 5 with 7 to get 35. Isn't it? So you can do that 5 into 7. When you are multiplying a number at denominator, you should multiply the same number with the numerator also. Okay. So here the numerator is 3. So you multiply 3 with 7 also. Okay. Now the first part is over. Now put the plus symbol again. Now tell me children, which number we have to multiply with 7 to get 35? Yes, 5. We can multiply 5 with 7 to get 35. So you multiply 7 with 5 and the same 5 you should multiply with the numerator also. Okay, don't forget that. You multiply the same 5 with the numerator. Okay, so this part is over. Now we have to simplify this. 7 3s are 21 by 35 plus then 5 2s are 10. 10 by 35. Look children, now these two fractions are like fractions. Both are having the same denominator. So it's very easy for us to add, isn't it? How to add? Yeah, write the same denominator as the denominator and then add the numerators only. Okay, so 21 plus 10. 21 plus 10 is 31. 31 by 35 is the answer for this question. Clear children? Okay, always remember, if the given fractions are unlike means which are having different denominators, then to add this number you have to take the LCM of the denominators and then you have to make the both denominators as LCM. Okay, if here it is 35, so you have to make 5 35 and 7 35. And when you are multiplying a number with 5 and 7 to make it as 35, you should use the same number on the numerator also. Okay, and here we simplified this and after that we got a like fractions and then you can add the numerators together and write the same denominator. Then you will get the answer. Is it clear children? Alright, so keep this in your mind. Children, look at the next type of question. Here the question is 4 plus 7 by 8. Okay, how to answer this one? How to solve it? 4 plus 7 by 8. Here the first one is a whole number and the second one is a proper fraction, isn't it? So children, you always remember, if nothing is given down here as a denominator, which means it is 1. Okay, so all the whole numbers, if we are taking 1, then there is the denominator 1. Okay, and if you are taking 2, it's understood that there is a denominator and that is 1. Okay, and if it is 3, then which means there is 3 by 1. Okay, denominator is 1. So the same way here we can understand it's 4 by 1. Okay, so 4 plus 7 by 8 is 4 by 1 plus 7 by 8. Now you can understand that these two are unlike fractions. Then you can take the LCM of these two numbers and then you can do the addition. Okay, so here it is 1 and 8. So the LCM of 1 and 8 is 8, that we know, isn't it? And 8 does bring down 8 and 8 and 1 time. So 1 into 8 is 8. This is the LCM, isn't it? This is the LCM. So you have to make 1 as 8 and you have to change 8 to 8. It is already 8, so no need to do any operation here. Okay. So tell me children, which number we have to multiply with 1 to get 8? Which number? Yes, we have to multiply 1 with 8 to get 8. So you multiply 1 with 8 and you multiply the same number on numerator also. So 4 into 8. Then plus 7 by 8. Here it is already 1. So no need to multiply with any other number. It's just you can multiply with 1. Because 8 ones are 8, 7 ones are 7. Okay? Got it? Alright. Then after that, you can multiply 8 fours are 32 by 8 plus 7 by 8. Then 32 here now it's these two are like fractions. So add the numerators together, 32 plus 7. Then write the denominator 8. That is 39 by 8 is the answer for this question. Got it children? Okay.